We've been covering the sanctuary state chaos in Illinois, and tonight it just exploded into a full-scale war between Springfield and Washington. Governor J.B. Pritzker just signed the most radical illegal immigration protection bill in state history. It shields criminal aliens from deportation. It creates no-go zones for ICE. When Tom Homan, Trump's border czar, heard about it, he laughed directly in Pritzker's face and said, "Good luck with that." What's happening in Illinois right now should actually terrify every American who's watching. Because this is what happens when states declare war on federal law. Let's talk about what's at stake, because Pritzker's new bill doesn't just protect illegal immigrants. It protects criminal aliens facing serious charges. No spin news. Bill O'Reilly confirmed it. Even when migrants face violent charges, Pritzker won't turn them over to ICE. Representative Mary Miller called it a complete and total betrayal to the rule of law and every innocent victim in Illinois. Jonathan Fahey on Varney and Company put it bluntly. What he's doing is utter nonsense, and it's actually harmful. But the damage goes far beyond immigration. Just the News revealed that Pritzker is refusing to release SNAP eligibility rolls to the USDA. That means Illinois families may have their food benefits cut because the governor won't cooperate with federal oversight. Meanwhile, crime is exploding on the Chicago CTA. The tragic case of Bethany McGee, murdered by a repeat offender, now haunts Springfield, and the Trump administration is threatening to cut 25% of federal transit funding unless security improves. But we do have some breaking news on the health front for you this holiday season. While Governor Pritzker refuses to protect Illinois families, you need to protect yourself. Okay, it's December. Between office parties, family gatherings, and New Year's Eve, your gut is taking an absolute beating. Rich foods, alcohol, desserts, and that's why you need Good Brew. It's the only probiotic that survives in hot morning coffee. The co-founder nearly called 911 when severe acid reflux caused food to lodge in his throat. Doctors wanted him on antacids for life. Instead, he discovered BC30 probiotic. Within 1 week, his reflux was gone, and one scoop delivers 1 billion CFUs of beneficial bacteria plus organic fiber. And they've got a Christmas special right now. Visit goodbrew.com for your free travel size plus 10% off with code NEXTNEWS. That's GOODBRU.com. Now, here's where it gets even worse for Illinois taxpayers. The state just landed at number 7 on the judicial hellholes list, with a tort tax approaching $1,900 per resident. Pritzker's continuing to tax tips even as other states end the practice. Electric bills are expected to rise 40% because he rammed through a new green energy mandate. And while working families struggles, he quietly handed $500 million in tax breaks to Chinese EV manufacturers. Representative Mary Miller issued the ultimatum. Mass deportations will continue. Pritzker's law will be ignored, overwritten, and bulldozed by federal enforcement. ICE is already operational, and this bill may soon become Exhibit A in a constitutional showdown. Now check this out. Here's Bill O'Reilly, No Spin News, breaking it down.
Let's put the propaganda aside. Well, the best place to learn about this is Illinois. They have a governor named J.B. Pritzker, very liberal man. Okay, and Chicago, Cook County, is a horrendous crime problem. Rest of the state, not so bad. But Chicago is really out of control. We stats are the stats. Okay, murder. And oh, it's going down. Okay, fine. Let's sweep up those 30 bodies we had over the weekend, but it's going down. You know the game. So Pritzker basically is refusing to cooperate with the federal government, Homeland Security. We're not going to help you. We're not going to hold anybody for you, and all of that. So Homeland Security comes out with a press release. And it says that under Pritzker, for this year, 2025 so far, there's 1,768 criminal illegal aliens, all right, that have not been turned over to ICE. 5 homicides, 141 assaults, 23 burglaries, 24 dangerous drug offenses, 10 predatory sexual offenses, 15 weapons. even though those are the charges against the undocumented people, Pritzker won't hand them over. Okay. So if it were me, see, Trump's too light. He's too light. I'd find a way to indict Pritzker. I might not win, and I know it would make him a hero in the liberal precincts, but I'd do it anyway. I'd have the Justice Department go in and say, you know what? You're interfering with federal law. You'd find something, and so we're going to haul you in, and we're going to expose what you're doing and all the people that are being hurt because you're doing it. Let's put the propaganda aside. Well, the best place to learn
1,700
about...
illegals released. These signs are propping up. Pritzker sucks. If you live in Illinois, you've probably seen him. Just the news, 48 hours ago, Mary Miller appeared, says Governor Pritzker is hurting the people he's supposed to be helping.
Illegals are not included. Well, it better, because we're going to use it. I'm on the House Agriculture Committee, and I fought very hard to ensure that illegals are not included in SNAP benefits. And now the state of Illinois, Governor Pritzker refuses to cooperate with the USDA and release the eligibility rolls for SNAP. And they're going to have their benefits cut off, and he can explain it to the citizens in Illinois. But American people have had it. They know that they've been abused. And they want what President Trump is trying to do, and that is transparency in the government and accountability.
Why do you think a governor wouldn't want to let the people who pay SNAP benefits, the federal government, see what's going on there? What are they trying to hide?
Well, we're a destination state for every rotten thing, obviously, where for illegals to come here and sign up for every single kind of benefit. We've spent billions of dollars that we don't have on the health care for illegals, and I'm certain that they're all signed up for SNAP benefits as well. And this is all about elections. It's about getting their votes.
Yeah, it is, right? And then I guess at the end of the day, apportionment too, right? Because every illegal that's counted ultimately helps set the formulas for federal funding, for representation. Has that been the long game that Democrats have played, to use illegal immigration to hijack apportionment?
Absolutely. And we lost one district. Last time, I kind of think we should have lost two. But, you know, there again, in light of voter rolls, if they won't be transparent and they won't tend to the voter rolls and make sure ineligible people, dead people, and illegals are not on there, they can have their federal funding withdrawn to run the elections.
Yeah.
Unreal.
Well, it better, because...
Let's go to Varney and Company. What he's doing is utter nonsense.
Federal immigration, the situation in Illinois, where Governor Pritzker has enacted a new law prohibiting federal immigration arrests near courthouses, hospitals, daycares, and colleges. Again, doesn't federal law overshadow state law here?
You're exactly right. And I wanted to say that what he's doing is utter nonsense, but it's actually harmful. But two reasons. This is kind of a remarkable feat if you look at it, because not only is this law unconstitutional under the Supremacy Clause of the United States, and it's unequivocally clear that it is. The second part, which makes it even worse, if they were to try to enforce this law, meaning Illinois, they would be violating criminal law federally because they would be impeding ICE agents from doing their job. So it's a really remarkable thing, because if he sends out state agents to enforce this law, he can subject them to criminal liability. And he knows, and he certainly should know, that this is just patently unconstitutional. But we know his real motive here. He's trying to position himself within the Democratic Party to be the nominee for president. So you not only have to fight Donald Trump at everything, but you have to be in favor of massive illegal immigration, mass amnesty, and open borders. And that's exactly what he's doing. But it's very shameful.
It also undermines law and order. I mean,
it undermines our entire nation, is what it does. Governor Pritzker's sanctuary state policies.
Immigration. A new report now on sanctuary policies in the state of Illinois. Immigration and Customs Enforcement saying that Governor Pritzker is overseeing the release of more than 1,700 dangerous criminal illegal aliens since the 20th of January, including murderers, pedophiles, and kidnappers, sending them back into neighborhoods and putting American lives at risk. It is turnstile justice, and there's more of that coming up.
Turnstile justice, the Sean Thompson show. He writes, the fat trust fund pig Pritzker just jammed through another green energy scam. The SB 25, your electric bill going up.
Handed trust fund. I should have known it was going to be cloudy today. I saw an Illinois license plate yesterday. The minute you see that, you know bad about to ensue. And it's funny to watch all of the ignorance to what that fat pig, that butter-handed trust fund pansy who doesn't pay any taxes, Pritzker did with his executive order, like let's say SB 25. That's where you're going to pay off the electric companies and kickbacks to the politicians in the name of green energy. As everybody knows, all of the prediction of global warming, the whole fracking thing, every data point, all lies and so that you could steal the freaking money for politicians. And the decent people, your energy bill is going to go up 40%. Don't worry, though. It doesn't kick in for another 6 months. You're all too stupid to remember what he did yesterday. That's going to be fantastic to watch the reality. That and Tammy Duckworth, who will not lose a vote, even though on a Sunday show, she contradicted herself within 30 seconds. You got the video? I don't have the video. Because she's pathological. Pathological liars. That's what a Democrat is. When their lips are moving, it's a lie, lie, lie. Like, let's go a little bit deeper. I remembered something from about 6-7 months ago that I had stumbled across when it came to this feeding our future. Might even be longer. And it was a recorded tape. One of the Somalia scumbags had taped Keith Ellison, the AG, vowing to protect him. That's why they give the campaign contributions. You see, they don't like the cut of their jib. They're not in there because I like the way you articulate policies of socialism. They're bribing these rat pigs in the same way ComEd bribed that little short-in-the-pants gangster Mike Madigan and every other rat Democrat that destroyed our once great city. And they're still the ones going to make the money. He's got the tape of Keith Ellison vowing to protect him on the tape. So we now know, and we've known for years, Democrats are criminals. And they know their policies are full of shit. They sell a lie. They know it. That's why they never want to go their own way. We got these things in our hands right now. You could declare yourself blockchain. It's all technical. You don't have to leave your fracking house. You want Obamacare? Vote for Obamacare. Then you guys take it. We'll go our own way. You want to do that? No, of course not. Because it exists on extorting the future. Stealing all the tax money today and guaranteeing to steal it tomorrow. Everything they say is a lie. And it has been for generations. It's time to ignore, reject, and separate. Separate. Stick on this. Forget about the elections. They steal them. They stole 2020. You had a moron with dementia for 4 years and everybody know it. It's time to separate. It's time to argue it. And we've got the evidence. They're thieves. I don't go near thieves. 4 p.m. AM 560, The Answer. Chin strap tight. Make sure, because we're going to bring it all out. I never threw out those tapes. We've got them for years. They are guilty.
Nice.
I should have known it was going to be
Sean Thompson nailing it again. Here is the reporter William Kelly. And with the tragic case of Bethany McGee and the increase of crime on the CTA, Chicago Mayor Brandon Johnson and Pritzker are on the shakiest ground to argue against the Trump administration's threat to cut CTA federal funding.
Cold. So the attack on Bethany McGee, you think she deserved that?
Right. To understand the battle you're about to see, you have to know about Bethany McGee, the woman who was started on fire on a train while minding her own business by a man arrested over 70 times.
Hundreds of thousands of people have reached out to me expressing outrage at your cold, heartless response to Bethany McGee's the vicious attack on her, calling it an isolated incident. When a young woman is set on fire on Chicago's public transportation, that coupled with your statement that it's a sickness to incarcerate people, violent repeat offenders who, quote, in your own words, look like you. People find that absolutely outrageous. And I've had many black and brown people reach out to me and say that had it been someone that you care about, had it been someone that you love, you would have been outraged by that attack. What do you say to those people, Mr. Mayor?
Well, first of all, what I've said from the very beginning is that this was a tragedy, and this woman is fighting for her life. And as I've said repeatedly from a question that was raised earlier, that this, that individuals that clearly have a violent past, as well as mental health issues, should not be on the streets of Chicago.
70 plus arrests.
Wait a minute, that's not what Mayor Brandon Johnson said before. Rewind the tape.
I am trying to eradicate the sickness from this city and from this country. Jails and incarceration and law enforcement is a sickness that has not led to safe communities. I'm going to work hard every single day to protect the people who are caught up in violence in this city. Guess why? You want to know why? Because the vast majority of them look like me.
William Kelly does some great work. You should follow him if you're not. And what do we have this? Illinois keeps paying for everyone else. Landed number 7 on the judicial hellholes list with a tort tax near $1,900 per resident. Here's more from Mary Miller. She says innocent American families are living with the devastating consequences of J.B. Pritzker's sanctuary agenda, yet he continues to attempt to override federal immigration law and release criminal aliens back on the streets. Newsflash, mass deportations will continue.
Responding to it.
Governor J.B. Pritzker signed a new bill creating even more legal protections for immigrants.
While I feel a deep sense of shame about the actions of our federal government, I feel great pride in how we in Illinois are responding to it.
This morning, I spoke to Jennifer Boss. You may remember earlier this year, her daughter Megan's body was found in the backyard of an illegal immigrant, stuffed into a trash can, covered in bleach, and left to decompose for more than 2 months. Thanks to Illinois' laws, that man was back out on the streets almost immediately until President Trump stepped in and had ICE track him down. Jennifer told me with this many criminal illegal aliens being set free, there are going to be other families forever changed just like hers.
It is a human crisis. These people are here, not all of them, the criminals. They're hurting people. And our leadership in Illinois is allowing it to happen over and over and over again. For what? Ideology?
In addition to the 1,700 criminal illegal aliens already released, ICE says there are another 4,000 the state currently has in custody that the agency wants, but that the state is refusing to hand over.
Unreal, man. Just arrest Pritzker already, please. Can we just do that? Can we get it over with? Here's Mary Miller just 24 hours ago.
Not you, Illinois citizens, but illegal aliens that are in our state committing heinous crimes. You cannot be angry enough. This is causing chaos for the people that live here. We're having to pick up the financial tab and the human toll. I've met personally with multiple family members who've had loved ones murdered by illegals or by illegals with driver's licenses, CDL licenses. J.B. Pritzker has made Illinois a dangerous place to live. See for yourself who J.B. Pritzker is prioritizing and protecting. This morning, Governor Pritzker took another bold step to protect not you.
Tom Homan calling the bluff of Pritzker.
A message to Donald Trump, to Kristi Noem, to Gregory Bavino, and anyone else seeking to terrorize our people. Your divisiveness and your brutality are not welcome here.
Oh, please.
Tom, what's your message to him tonight?
Well, good luck with that. I mean, we're going to keep doing what we're doing in Chicago.
Good luck with
Talking
that.
about terrorizing, why don't he talk to the victims of illegal alien crime? Why don't he do what I've done and talk to the angel moms and dad who buried their children because they were killed by someone that's not supposed to be here. Why don't he talk to, call the ICE office and talk to people that are involved with voice, victims of immigration crime, and hear their stories. They're the ones that are terrorized. ICE is making Chicago safer. ICE is making the state of Illinois safer. Bottom line is, look at the criminals we're arresting. And that makes that state and that city safer. So you can pass all the policies and local ordinances you want. Federal law always trumps local and state law. We're going to continue doing what we're doing. And as we bring on the 10,000 more agents, we're going to continue to flood the zones in sanctuary cities to include Chicago. You're not stopping us. We're going to keep doing what we're doing.
So Tom Homan made the federal position crystal clear. A state governor cannot create no-go zones for ICE. The signs have no legal authority. They will do nothing to impede federal officials. Pritzker's bill is not a challenge, it's a taunt, and the federal government is preparing to answer it. The DOJ is readying federal challenges. Funding threats are escalating, and every criminal alien that Pritzker tries to protect is now a federal target. Illinois just declared war on immigration enforcement, and that war is about to come crashing down on Springfield. Now, we've been covering the sanctuary state disaster in Illinois for quite some time, and tonight Pritzker just escalated to open war with the federal government. He signed a bill creating no-go zones for ICE. He's refusing to hand over criminal aliens even when they face serious charges, and Tom Homan laughing in his face, saying good luck with that. Representative Mary Miller called it a complete and total betrayal of the rule of law and every innocent victim in Illinois. Meanwhile, Illinois families may lose SNAP benefits because Pritzker refuses to release the eligibility rules. And crime is exploding on the CTA. Electric bills rising 40%, and he's taxing tips while giving $500 million to Chinese EV manufacturers. This is not governance, it's ideological warfare against Illinois taxpayers. And federal enforcement is coming whether Pritzker likes it or not. My question for you in the comments, let's talk about it. Should federal funding be cut to sanctuary states completely? Yes or no? Let's have a conversation. And while you're there, visit our merch shop. It's linked below.